Many inventory management systems are made for situations like you see on the screen. Huge warehouse, forklifts carrying products in and out. The reality, of course, is much different. In real life, business's interaction with inventory is not restricted to inventory counts and locations in the warehouse. Inventory management applications are often needed in the situations like custom manufacturing, labs, engineering companies, food processing, agricultural companies and plant nurseries, and many others. When you put together a custom manufacturing object, such as a batch of dough, or wine, or test a new material in the lab, you need to make sure that every required procedure is performed correctly, in the correct order. And you need to track every step of the process from start to finish. Tracking may involve parts and materials that were used for each step, their lot or serial numbers, tools, instruments, containers, or other accessories that were used, as well as their serial numbers and last test date. Steps that were completed, in what sequence, when, and by what employee. Quality checks, testing, inspections and recording results. History of item movement through the production steps. You might want employees to have access to the live progress of the project, and be able to update status, as the project moves along. You might want employees to do updates live, on the shop floor or in the lab, without a need to write data on a scrap of paper and retype it into a desktop program later. You might want to make sure that a product batch, and any piece of a manufacturing assembly, are immediately traceable to the original source, in case of a problem or recall. This capability is critical for many organizations, in order to meet strict customer and regulatory requirements. Finally, process tracking produces a lot of documents that need to be stored and accessed on demand. There are not many tools that accomplish all of these tasks. Inventory management systems do track inventory and counts. Many of them allow for lot number or serial number tracking and assembly building. Few of them can track processes and allow customized data collection. At the same time, data collection software does not have capabilities to track inventory and assembly building. Many specialized manufacturing programs work on desktop computers, and do not have an option to track inventory and collect data on site, using mobile devices. Let me introduce one of the few applications that works perfectly for such situations. Using QR inventory with a couple of additional modules, you can track everything and record information in real time, give access to the progress and project history to everyone involved, and create digital documentation of the entire process, accessible on demand from anywhere and easily searchable. You start with creating custom workflow and splitting job into steps. Then, you create custom mobile forms for all types of data collection and attach forms to workflow steps. You can create a generic composition list, and attach this list to multiple serialized assemblies. The employees then can scan lot number, or serial number of items that they add, against the list. As a new assembly, project or product batch is moved through the process, all collected data is linked to a specific step. At any point, you have a clear view of the project's progress, what steps did it pass, when and what was added, what has been completed, by whom, as well as review completed forms. As a new lot, batch, product unit, enter a workflow, you start recording all important information. What was installed and, possibly, what was removed or replaced. Materials that you use are automatically removed from the inventory. What materials, be it a flour, machine oil or a glue, from what batch, were added. What instruments, containers, equipment, or other accessories were used for the job. Fill out required forms and checklists for each step and move project to the next step. It is important to note that you can record everything on the mobile devices, on site, in real time, as the job is performed. You can use smartphones for barcode or QR code scanning. Use scanning for all serial or batch numbers so there are no entry errors. Data that you collect immediately becomes available to all employees involved in the project. Every authorized employee has access to live status of the project in production. You can configure the system to alert selected employees when the project is moved to the next step. If applicable, you can add photos and collect signatures on a smartphone. You can build assemblies in stages, recording what was added and installed on each step. Once the process is completed, all collected records are preserved and are accessible on demand. You can access the entire process history, with dates, collected data, and completed forms. You can easily find out what batch numbers of materials were used, and, if necessary, find other assemblies or product lots that use the same component batches, or were created or tested using the same equipment. All documentation is securely stored and can be accessed using the administrative dashboard, downloaded as a delimited text files for import into other applications, or you can create PDF files, if you need them for customers or external auditors. You define how PDF files will look, and what information they will include using custom templates. To summarize, for you, quality work is directly associated with following proper procedures on each and every step of the process. For many of your customers, the quality of your products is directly associated with the traceability, proper documentation and timely projects completion. QR inventory allows you to achieve both in the productive and efficient way. Please, call us at 208-806-3300, or contact us through our website, qrinventory.net.